Welcome to another Your Partnerships Meets. I'm here with Ben from Octo. He's an independent financial planner, aren't you, sir?
Yes, that's right. Correct.
So obviously I need my first million before I talk to you. Is that right? Or this is what you hear from people, isn't it?
Well, this is a common misconception. Yeah, that the amount of times people say to me, I'll contact you when I win the lottery, sort of thing, and actually, it's a real myth that needs to be dispelled. So, financial planning is for everyone, and it can be for a number of reasons, but you certainly don't need a large amount of money to require a financial planner. It's generally just making smart decisions with what you have, and just trying to make good decisions for the future.
Well, I mean, it's having that guide to. I mean, a lot of times it's about growing some wealth. I mean, not necessarily if you've got wealth, you already know how to get some. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes it happens to you, but yeah, I mean, the way to protect what you've got to begin with, and then grow from there.
That's right. Yeah. So the first priority is always that we recommend as financial planners to protect what you have. So there are various ways to do that. And then also it's looking at making a plan to build and grow for the future. So that all depends really on your own personal targets. So everyone has their own story, and if you map that out and see where you want to be and set your targets, then you can certainly put things in place to help you achieve that.
Yeah. And and you've got all sorts of tools for people to look at. You're not just one thing, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah. So we've got a large amount of professional research tools, so we can really get under the bonnet and look at your whole situation, what you have. We call it holistic financial planning. So we really consider everything from pensions, investments, insurance, mortgages, and just look at the whole setup, and just consider bespoke to that person, where they are and what they'd like to achieve, and that's where the planning side of it becomes really useful.
And you mentioned pensions, because that's obviously the buzzword that a lot of people think, oh, I'll need a financial planner for my pensions, or just need to look at pensions. But most of us, to be fair, we just think the pension will be there when we need it, but don't think much else about it.
That's right. Yes, I mean, the amount of people that I see that they may have changed jobs and they may have 5 or 6 or 7. I've seen 14 once pensions, all from previous jobs that are all out there, and they're all invested. And they may get a spreadsheet once a year that has some numbers on a page, but it doesn't mean very much to them, and they don't really understand what charges are they paying, how is it invested, and it could be as simple as consolidating all of those pensions into one with a solid plan so that it's bespoke to that person.
And if I have it right, it also depends on that pension, because some pensions are worth moving and some aren't, depending on what those fees are, how it's tracking, what it's making, things like that. So
that's right. Yes. And this is where like a financial planner is really helpful, because sometimes pensions, depending on how old they are, they might have certain guarantees attached and certain valuable parts of them that it's probably not worth moving them if they're going to be really valuable to you when it comes to retirement time. So, other ones, maybe they're just kind of sitting there not doing very much. So that's where, it comes in the analysis side, really, where we would get the client to sign a letter of authority, which gives us the opportunity to ask for, laid out very clearly in black and white, what those charges are, how it's invested, are there any guarantees? And then from that, you can make an informed decision. So it's about helping the client to understand what they have fully, really, and then they feel confident that they're making the right decisions. So.
And what kind of I mean, I know it'd probably be at any age. What would you say the average age is you'd suggest someone actually start engaging with a financial planner?
Well, it's interesting, because they say the best time to start is 10 years ago. The second best time is today. But the sooner the better, really. I mean, when it comes to investing of any kind, whether it's pensions or stocks and shares, ISAs, or anything like this, the compound interest over the years is where you're going to make the real gains. So every day, while you're sleeping or you're working, your money's
still
invested.
Making money,
And the idea is you make money while you sleep. I mean, you can't guarantee always. There are market crashes. There's Trump tariffs. There's all sorts of volatility out there. But generally, you would expect good investments to rise in value, and that's where being invested in the right stocks and shares for you is really important.
And you can decide as an individual how aggressive or non-aggressive you want to be on the market, or those type things. So
that's right. So we always conduct like an attitude to risk quiz with the client. So that will establish what their appetite is really for investment. So you find that if people are younger, being more adventurous is a good idea because they have the time scale to absorb those volatility of the stock market. Sometimes if you have dips, that if it's a shorter time scale, you would say maybe people would take less risk because they can't afford to absorb too much of that shock sometimes.
I saw you look at me when you said, shorter time. I get it, Ben. I know I'm old. That's all right. But luckily I've been investing for a while. So I personally got quite lucky because in my military time, I was told I had to do X, Y, and Z, and thank God they told me because I wouldn't have done it. And but it's shocking to me how just a little of nothing turns into something. I mean, over so many years. I mean, so it's just,
it's that discipline, probably military discipline, but it's consistency.
Yeah, luckily I was just told to do it. I wouldn't call it discipline. It was just, told to do it. Yeah. And I guess another thing for, just to say is that also you can work with individuals or organizations to talk about. So what does that look like, and what's the difference?
Well, going back to financial advice is for everyone. A lot of my clients are not ultra wealthy. They are just everyday people that, it might be that it's young families looking to buy their first property. It might be small business owners that want to make some good decisions with their finances and the money that they have. And also it could be people that are kind of approaching retirement and they need some help to understand what their options are to have that plan and flexibly access their money in retirement. Okay. So it's a real mix of people with a real mix of backgrounds, and this is what good financial planning for me is all about, is about people's stories and just understanding their background and their story and what the future looks like.
Cool. And speaking of stories and give backs and everything, I've been reading you've been doing a bit of charity work as well. So what have you been up to?
So I like to get involved in the community as much as I can and just give back where I can as well. So most recently, a couple of weeks ago, we did a walk for the Samaritans. So that was 12.5 miles across the Lizard Coast. So it was all the coastal paths, lots of ups and downs.
Lots of ups and downs. Good weather or bad weather?
It wasn't too bad actually.
It can make all the difference on the Lizard.
By the end of it, my feet were killing me, but it was all worth it. So we raised, I think, just over £2,000 for the Samaritans, and we've got another one this Sunday for Alzheimer's, which is another charity quite close to my heart. So yeah,
trust me, my family, we've got it. We've had it as well, and I'm sure we'll have more of it, unfortunately. So I've just in the news not too long ago, they've come up with some new breaking through meds for dementia and everything, which is great, which is absolutely amazing.
Excellent news. Yeah.
But anyway, but so we're running up to time and everything here, and it's been amazing having you here today. And you've not been out to Corker Media before, have you?
No, I haven't. It's an amazing setup, and I'm really thrilled to be invited along.
Good.
Thank you so much.
They treat you okay? Everything all right? I mean,
that's right. Nothing but the best.
When because you've not been here for, what do you think of the setup and everything?
It's amazing. I would really recommend it to anyone that's that if you're lucky enough to come down and have a look. It's amazing.
It is, and they even had me back more than once, which that part's amazing as well. But Shane, who runs the place, he always willing to help people and look out for them. And then Jay, his right hand man. I mean, they just it's just. They really take good care of you, and the setting out here is very nice as well, isn't it? So
it is, it's a beautiful part of the county, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, look, that brings us up to time. But Ben, I really appreciate you coming out and spending some time. Glad to meet another member of the network and everything, and we look forward to seeing you around more.
Thank you very much. Look forward to it.
We'll see you soon.